CICU devices.
Impella RP and RP Flex Security Alert. Optical sensor and pump damage with central venous devices. The Impella RP and RP Flex are percutaneous mechanical circulatory support devices designed to assist the right heart. They are inserted through a central vein in the case of the Impella RP via the femoral vein, while the RP Flex can be inserted through either the jugular or femoral vein. In February 2025, the FDA issued a recall about the risk of a guidewire tip, an indwelling central venous line, or other medical devices coming into contact with the Impella device, potentially causing a damage. FIBEROPTIC highlights the potential risk of interaction between guidewire tips, central venous lines, or other devices, and the inlet of the Impella pumps, RP or RP Flex during insertion, adjustment, or removal. This interaction may cause damage to the optical sensor, temporary pump stoppage, or permanent pump failure. In this image, we can see the location of the fiber optic sensor in the device. In this position, there is a possibility of interaction with devices introduced through the inferior vena cava or superior vena cava. The product is not being removed and may continue to be used. To minimize the risk of interaction between device tips and the pump inlet, users are advised to reduce the pump flow level to P2 and utilize imaging guidance when inserting, adjusting, or removing guide wires, indwelling venous lines, or other devices. If optical sensor damage occurs, the placement signal not reliable alarm is triggered. If an alarm appears but the pump continues to function properly, no additional action is required. It will result in the loss of central venous pressure signal, pulmonary artery pressure signal, and pulmonary artery pulse index metrics. But hemodynamic support remains unaffected, and position monitoring should continue using standard measures. The other event that may occur due to the described interaction is a pump stoppage. If the pump stops, the system will automatically attempt to restart it and restore the previously set P level, displaying an Impella stopped alarm. If this is not achieved, hemodynamic support should be provided with medications, and consideration should be given to switching to a different mechanical circulatory support device, either a new Impella or an alternative device. The interaction with the Impella RP inlet may cause damage to the guidewire, central venous line, or other devices. Users should evaluate whether a new guidewire, central venous line, or other device is necessary. Product is not being removed from the field and does not need to be returned. The new recommendations have been included by FIBEROPTIC in the instructions for use.
If you've enjoyed our video, please press the like button and subscribe to support us so we can continue creating quality content like this.